Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of Kerbal Space Program. This is our mini-series to Eeloo, one of the last planets that we have yet to visit. And here's a lovely sunrise over planet Kerbin in low orbit here. Although actually now we are kind of in, I guess you could call this a high orbit. I did manage to circularize our orbit from last time. Now we're at about 247 just because I felt like it's better if you make a circle. So in this next episode we're going to line up our phase angle for Eeloo. And we're going to make a push out there. So let's go back to the Space Center and we'll get our Time Waster craft. Our favorite old craft, the Time Waster. We love getting that thing out there. So let's see. Let's go to the launch pad and we will select down at the bottom the Time Waster, which if you guys aren't sure what that is, I made that many episodes ago, and it's the perfect solution for time warping when you are when you have restraints on how fast you can time warp. So let's say you got something in orbit and you need to time warp a lot faster. You just come down here, build this tiny little craft, which once it loads you'll see what it looks like. And that's it. That's the Time Waster. Just a solar panel and an engineering. So let's go to Rendezvous. We're going to select here Celestial Body and Eeloo. So let's see. Eeloo wants to be at 101.42 degrees, which, oh, we just missed it. And the numbers are counting down, so we'll have to make it basically an entire rotation. So there's Eeloo way out there. So let's get this thing warping ahead. So that's going to count down. Basically, we're going to have to go all the way back down to 101. We were almost there, but we just passed on the other side. So this is going to take a little bit of time to do, because it's got to go right back to 300 and whatever it is. So we're just going to pause it a little bit till we get a little closer. Alright, so here we are at 101.49. The real number's got to be 101.42. But I think we'll leave it at that because, as you can see, it is counting down. And we're going to leave ourselves just a little bit of leeway so that by the time we make all the calculations and make the burn, that the phase angle will hopefully not have expired. So let's see, where is us? Here we are, Eeloo Explorer. We'll go right back to that. So just like the Moho mission, just like the Dres mission, we're going to have to mess around with the inclination, which I think it said the relative inclination was 6. Let's take a look. Yes, 6 degrees off the ecliptic. We're going to have to correct 6 degrees of inclination. You can see it here. It is quite out of whack, which usually takes 6 degrees, probably take about 1,500 meters per second, but nothing we haven't seen before, nothing we can't handle. Ah, look at that. There we go. There's another nice screenshot right there. Alright, so we're going out of the solar system, or outside, so we're going to want to put that maneuver node over here on the dark. And we're just going to yank that thing until it snaps the orbit. Let's just see how much fuel it's going to take. Now, luckily, we are catching Eeloo on its close encounter with the sun here. Now, I'm not sure if that's a result of lining up the phase angle correctly, or if, you know, or if maybe we just got lucky. But you don't want to hit Eeloo when it's out here, because that'll just take way more fuel. So we kind of got lucky in that Eeloo is in the correct position over here. But again, let's just check our angle. You want to make sure that this orange line lines up with that purple. We're very close to it. And you can see we shot right past Eeloo, so let's just adjust that. Bring it right down. Alright, now, as you can see, we're not hitting it because we don't have the correct inclination. So let's go out here and we'll pop a maneuver node. Actually, you know what? Let's try this. Just like we did by getting back from Dres, we were able to adjust the inclination in our burn without going to the node. Let's just see if we can do the same thing here, or if it'll cost way too much. I don't know. It's already getting pretty hefty. Let's see. Let's reverse a little bit. Let's keep pulling down. Yeah, I don't like this. This is no good, so we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way, the way that I'm comfortable with, the way that I know, which is we're going to... Dang it, I want to put a maneuver node. Thank you. Which is burn it out there first, then hit the node and change it mid-course. That's what we're going to do. So once again, we'll just drag this thing all the way out here. Make sure that our angle is correct. There it is. And right about to there. Now, this is great. We can put another maneuver node right here at the ascending node. Pop it right on there. And we're going to pull down and hopefully we'll get some sort of intercept here. Aha, so we're getting something. Now it looks like Eeloo is ahead of us by a good clip. Ooh, there we go. That's a lot better. So we'll keep that one. And now let's just adjust some toggles over here. Hopefully we can get this thing to line up real nice. Yeah, let's see. A little bit tricky. That's probably making it worse. Yeah, it's like Eeloo is always just a little bit ahead of us. Which means, let's see, we can probably change the angle that we leave at. Let's see, if we leave maybe a little more like that. That sort of helps a little bit. Let's see. How close are we? 4 million, 4.4 million. 4.3 million. 3.9. It's getting a little bit pricey. Ooh. Ooh, there we are. Bingo. Eeloo periapsis 87. So all is said and done. Oh wow, we had to cut way in like that. Basically to catch up on it. Again, I'm not sure why that happened because we are pretty much right on the phase. Maybe it's just because we weren't precisely on the phase. 101.47, yeah, because we're off by like, I don't know, 500ths or something like that. Hundredths. But I think we'll go with that. We are going a little out far past it a bit. Let's take a look at Eeloo. We'll focus view and let's just see if we can fix some stuff. Alright, so we should, let's see, if we pull, we'll just mess around here until these get a little closer. There we are. Let's see if we pull upwards. Oop, maybe we won't go down actually. Hey, there we are. 8 million meters. Yeah. That's pretty good. We are going around the wrong side, though. Ah. Problem solved. So we're going to come in basically from this direction, and we want to make that counterclockwise orbit. So that'll do it for us. I think we'll go with that, actually. Quite an expensive burn, but, you know, that's Eeloo. It's far away, and we got to make those inclination changes. That's also why we packed all that extra fuel. So that's us. Let's see, you'll focus view on Kerbal again, and then we'll focus back on the Eeloo Explorer. There we are. Okay, good. So that burn is coming up in 22 minutes, and I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take us with this engine here. Man, that looks pretty. always thought that looked like India down there, but it's like a desert and there's some mountains. I don't think India is a desert. Is it? I don't know. Never been there. Alright. Let's just get her zoomed over. Probably right around 5 minutes. I'm going to do a little test fire just to see exactly how much time it's going to take to get out there. Let's see, maybe a little bit closer. Alright, so let's just do a quick test fire. 2 minutes and 25 seconds, so we'll just round it up to about 2.5 minutes. So we're going to want to burn at about a minute and something, a minute and change, something like that. I can do math sometimes. Maybe a minute 15, something like that. I think that makes more logical sense, doesn't it? Something like that. So let's just get her over there. Coming up on it very soon. And let's get her started. There we go. Pushing ourselves out of here. So let's see, it's going to cost about 2,000. We got about 3,200. So we're going to have about 1,200 meters per second left. Hopefully that'll be enough to do the inclination change. And unfortunately, again, because Eeloo has no atmosphere, we're not going to be able to take advantage of the air braking. So it's going to cost a little bit of fuel to slow down. Hopefully, when I say a little bit of fuel, that it will only be a little bit of fuel. Now, I wonder, since we're a little further away from Kerbin, if we're not getting the full effect from the, what is it, the Oberth effect, which is, you get a gravity assist when you make a burn next to a giant planet. Now, I wonder, since we're a little further away, if we're going to get less of a gravity assist. I'm not really sure how that works, to be honest with you. Maybe that's why they always say 100 kilometer orbit's perfect, because you're just close enough to the planet, but you're not too close to be in the atmosphere. Maybe that's why people do that. Hopefully I'm not getting any kind of penalty. Either way, I knew it was going to take about 2,000 meters per second to get out there, so we are still going right down the line in terms of fuel consumption, fuel usage. So we just gotta hope that everything stays perfectly straight and narrow, all these things line up just right, just so that our maneuver stays exactly the way we want it. So we'll just point this thing right at the node, just try to make it as accurate as possible. Because when you're trying to hit a tiny target like Eeloo, your accuracy does come into play quite a bit. So it says we're actually already there, which is interesting. But no, this one's not even close. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Just a little bit further. Ooh. Oh, maybe that was a bad idea to line up with that. Yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, I think we went a little past it. But, let's see. This is kind of close. Let's see. Let's reset the node here. That is kind of close, actually. I think we're still within reasonable range and boundaries here. So we'll just, let's see. See if we can just get it even closer. What are we at? Separation 220. Oh, there it is. 53 million. So just tiny little yank that way, and that did it for us. Okay. So yeah, we still, just like I guesstimated. That's a horrible word, by the way, guesstimate. It's not actually a word. It's two words combined. But anyway, we have about 1,200 meters per second left in this tank, which we can use to do this burn, which is 1,100. So that's great. We'll actually be left with about 100 meters per second. Actually, not even. Probably a little less than 100 meters per second left in the tank, unfortunately. So we'll have to basically rely on the command module's fuel to slow us down to get that Eeloo intercept. So we'll say goodbye to old planet Kerbin one last time. Well, not one last time, of course. We're going to be back. I feel like I always say the same thing when we leave Kerbin. It's always a little bit of trepidation. It's a little bit scary, flying away so fast from your home planet. By the way, have you guys seen Interstellar? If you haven't, I highly recommend you go out there right now and you just watch that movie. Go to the IMAX theater nearest you. You know, pay the little extra cost that it's going to cost you, and just go see it. That was a brilliant movie. It was amazing. And a lot of people said it was too long and it didn't make any sense, but I feel like people that thought it was too long just aren't into that kind of stuff. You know, it's very sci-fi, very almost kind of like 2001: A Space Odyssey, which again is one of my favorite movies. So I really loved. There was a lot of little nods and winks at, you know, in reference to 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I really I appreciated. And you know, Christopher and Jonathan Nolan, they can't go wrong. Every movie that they make together is just perfect, and they both wrote that movie, Interstellar. But this reminds me of, maybe you saw it. Actually, you know, I'm not going to spoil it at all. But if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. As we're flying away from Earth here, or Kerbin, it's kind of like a scene in that movie. But anyways, go see the movie. I'll shut up about it now, and we're just going to get now towards our Kerbin escape, which is coming up. And you don't want to really time warp too fast over the escape because it'll the math won't quite know what to do. The game will kind of won't know what to do with it. There we go. So we have escaped. Now all we got to do is get out to this node here. So let's just go ahead and line ourselves up. Use a little RCS to help us. Just get ourselves turned. Do the time warp turn. Get this thing lined up nice and good, just so we're all ready for it when we get out there. And let's do it. Thankfully it's not too far away. Only took about a month to get out here. So again, I'm going to try to get this thing about as accurate as possible. It's going to be a 42-second burn, so we'll burn at, I don't know, 20 seconds, 21 seconds, something like that. Of course, if you watched my videos before, when you're doing interplanetary distances like this, you really don't have to be right down to the second. You can be within, you know, the hour basically. But since, again, of course I just blasted right by it, this is why I can't talk and play this game at the same time. But anyway, it'll be just fine. Like I said, you know, when you're at these distances, you could be within a couple hours and it's okay. Making our inclination change. I love these engines. Look how fast that is. Just bringing it right down. You can see the blue orbit lining up with our projected orange orbit. Now hopefully this will give us that same encounter. If not, we'll just have to finagle around with it, but it'll be a little extra pain in the ass. Oh, look at that. Alright. So I'm gonna RCS just to check. Yeah, we are going down. Okay. I'll just ignite the engines a little bit. Just see how close we can get this thing. 67. Oop, going back up again. Alright, now, yeah, I'm just gonna go in focus view one more time on Eeloo here. And place a maneuver node. Let's see, where's our ship? Oh, we're over here. Okay. Let's see. It's kind of finicky. Actually, let's go back here one more time. We want to put a maneuver node basically on the blue, and it wasn't letting me. Here we go. Alright. Now we can focus view on Eeloo. And using this maneuver node here, we're going to try to get this thing as close as we can. Basically like that. Maybe a little up. I love how easy this is. I used to just like guess and check, but now that you can do it, you can focus view. This is so much nicer. We'll just bring it nice and close. Seems like it's right there, but yeah, we'll just bring it up. Oop, just a little bit. Want to be basically going right across the equator. And about as close as we can get it in there. A million. We'll go with a million for now. And again, we are going around. We're going to be coming in this way, so we're going to get that orbit around basically the correct side there. So let's just make this burn, and then we will call a close to this episode here. Man, these episodes are going fast. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, you know, every time I look at my clock, it's already been like 10 minutes. Like, man, time flies when you're having fun. Which I do. I do have a lot of fun playing this game. You know, it's a little nerve-wracking at times because, you know, making sure that you get the right maneuvers, and especially when I'm on camera, you know, it's like I gotta make sure I put on a good show for you guys and not screw up too horribly. But I do have a great time playing this game, and I'm glad you guys enjoy watching too. Again, and you know, I'm so happy with the amount of engagement that I've been getting with my videos recently. It's just amazing. It's a miracle. You guys are awesome. And you know, I hit 300 subs yesterday, I think. So I'm gonna make a little vlog video about that. Just again, thanking you guys for being awesome. You know, I couldn't have done it without you guys. You're my biggest fans, and you know, I love you guys. But enough mushy. Let's go ahead and just give this a little zap. Just look at 1% thrust. You can barely tell anything's happening. And that should basically get us that encounter. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's pretty much what we asked for right there. Well, we asked for actually a million, so let's just RCS it in there a little bit more. Alright, that's pretty darn close. We'll go with that. And just before we close it off, let's just go ahead and zoom back in on our ship, which I seem to have lost again. There it is. Eeloo Explorer. Alright, so we are set up, guys, for a nice encounter with Eeloo. It's going to be, yeah, about a 1.7 million periapsis. Now, we are going just very far outside of it, which I guess we had to give a little extra speed just to make that encounter. So that might actually end up biting us in the next episode. That's a lot of speed to actually have to kill, and hopefully it doesn't end up burning out all our fuel. But of course, we're pretty good at sending out refuelers, so if worst comes to worst, we can just go ahead and do that. Wow, we're just running on fumes here. We won't get much thrust out of this thing, but we'll worry about that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you there.